All right, first test of the day is going to be the push-ups. So in my original baseline test, I was able to get 50 push-ups in 1 minute. So today I'll be retesting that after about 3 weeks of calisthenics training, hopefully getting more than 50. So let's see what happens. Now moving on to pull-ups. So the rules for the pull-ups, it's not a minute. It is until I can no longer do any more. And I can't come off the bar. So as long as I'm doing a dead hang, I can rest in the bottom position of the dead hang for the pull-up. So just hanging from the bar. But I'm sure there won't be much of that going on. So see how many I could do. My initial baseline test was 17. So hoping for more than that here in the retest 3 weeks later. All right, so now we move on to squats, as many squats as you could possibly get in 60 seconds. I think my baseline, somewhere in the 50s, high 50s. So let's see if we can beat that. All right, so that was only a couple weeks worth of training and things are moving in the right direction. So let's talk about the programming that got me to increase my reps in 3 weeks and what I'll be doing moving forward in each of these 4-week waves to try and get better and better and build on what I've already built. All right, I'm at the whiteboard and we're gonna be talking about programming. So let's say specifically you wanted to get better at the push-up. And this is what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks, the exact same programming. In calisthenics programming, it's unlike strength training programming where we're not going to base things off of a 1 rep max. Instead, we're going to go off of a time-based max. I've set that time at 60 seconds just because I think that's a fair assessment of how good you are at push-ups given a time domain. And so in my 60-second test, my baseline, I did 50 reps. So now I can base the entire program off that number. And this goes for anything that you want to do. I did the same thing for push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and even pull-ups. So now that I have that 50 number, we're going to operate in 3 different domains. And I already did another video talking about these different domains, but I'm going to simplify things a little bit here more. So we have control, volume, and dynamic. So those are the 3 styles or areas we're going to be training in the push-up. And we have our max, and now everything's going to be based off of that max. So in control, we're going to be doing 20% of our max. For volume, we're going to be doing 50% of our max. And dynamic, we're going to be doing 15% of our max. So if we break that out, that would be 10 reps here, that would be 25 reps here, and that would be 8 reps here. And so what we're going to do in the control portion of the push-up is just going to be slow and controlled. If you're not that great at push-ups yet, I don't really care about tempo or how slow you're going, just slow and controlled reps. So slow on the way down, maybe pause at the bottom, slow on the way up. If you're a little bit more advanced than that, then I'm going to be recommending a 2-2-2 tempo or a 3-3-3 tempo. So in the first week I did this, I started at a 2-2-2-2 tempo and then I went up to the 3 tempo because it was a little bit more challenging and I felt that kind of was matching my capacity, my ability. That's what the control reps look like. For the volume, these are no different than the max rep test. So I'm just trying to knock out 50 as fast as I can, or as many as I can in a minute. It's no different here. I'm just going to knock out those 25 reps as fast as I possibly can. And then dynamic, we're actually getting into something explosive. And so what I typically like to do is a plate push-up or a clapping push-up. So where you're actually pushing so hard and explosive, you're coming off the ground and you're either jumping up to plates to finish the rep out, or you're jumping up, clapping your hands together and landing your hands back on the ground safely. The clapping push-up is a little bit harder for people. It can be harder on your wrist. So that's why I typically recommend the plate push-up for most people. So this would be week 1, okay? So week 1, you're going through this and you're going to be doing 3 sets. Week 1. So what this looks like is I would do all of my control reps. So I do my 10 reps here, and then I would do my 25 reps here, and then I'd do my 8 reps here. I would take a break and then I would do another set. But I'm not just trying to get good at the push-ups. So if I'm putting together a full program, I'm actually doing this with push-ups, I'm doing this with sit-ups, I'm doing this with squats, and I'm doing this with pull-ups. And so I have to go through all of those now to be able to do this workout. So what it would look like is I would do my control of the push-up, I would do my control of the pull-up, I would do my control of the sit-up, and then I'd do my control of the squat. I'd go through all of my controls, and then I'd go through all of my volumes for those 4 exercises. Then I would go over all of my dynamics for those 4 exercises. That would be 1 set after you've completed all of that. 1 set is now complete. Really no rest in between the controls or between exercises. You're just moving through them as quickly as you can. After you complete your first set, then you would rest 3 minutes. Then you would start your second set and you'd go through all of that again. 1 set of this can easily take me 15 to 20 minutes, just to give you some like time gauge on how long it takes. Because when you're doing a 12-second repetition for multiple reps, and this only goes up every single week, that's a lot of time already just spent here. Now I would do 4 sets of this in week 2, and 5 sets in week 3. Now this workout takes a very long time, but what's also happening in the upcoming weeks, this is always going to stay the same. So you're going to stick at 15% for weeks 1, 2, and 3. This is going to go up to 60% in week 2, 70% in week 3, and this is going to go up in 10% increments as well. So 30% and then 40%. And that would be when it's at its hardest, week 3. And then in week 4, you back down to exactly what week 1 was, and then you retest. Then after the retest, you can go all through this again with your new rep maxes, and you're going to continue to get better. And why this works is because you're not just doing a bunch of reps. You plateau pretty fast when you're just doing reps. When you're adding in all these different methods, you're getting time under tension, you're getting the standard submaximal effort repetitions that you need to, and you're also becoming more powerful when you're putting in dynamic effort movements. You actually have a really balanced calisthenics program that's helping you build muscle, get better at calisthenics, and is one hell of an exercise program. So this is what I've been doing over the last 3 weeks. Now continuing forward, I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to do another 3-week wave. Then after that 3-week wave is done, I'm going to put on a vest. I'm going to test all of this with a vest, which is going to significantly decrease my reps. And then I'm going to start trying to build with a vest over the next couple of weeks, maybe a couple of cycles. In addition to adding the vest, I'll be adding in a kettlebell day and also adding in the barbell. And I'll talk more about those in later videos. But if you want to get really good at calisthenics, this is the template that I follow. It's proven, it's worked really well. We've actually sold this program for a number of years, and we've had thousands of people have a lot of success following this programming format. So if you want to get better at calisthenics, give this a try and let me know if you have any questions.